In a faraway valley, where sparkling rainbows stretched across the sky and candy-colored flowers bloomed in every field, lived a herd of magnificent unicorns. Among them was Luna, the youngest of them all. Luna had a beautiful, shiny silver horn and a coat as white as fresh snow. But she carried a secret sadness in her heart. She felt different because her magic just didn't work like the others. Every morning, as the sun kissed the valley good morning, the unicorns would gather to practice their magic. It was a spectacular sight. With graceful flicks of their horns, they would make flowers bloom in an instant, paint the sky with vibrant new colors, and leave shimmering trails of stardust wherever they went. The air would hum with powerful, joyful energy. But when it was Luna's turn, she would concentrate with all her might, scrunching up her nose, and poof! All she could ever manage was a single, tiny sparkle. It was pretty, yes, but it was just one little speck of light that would quickly fade away. Luna would often watch the other unicorns from a distance, her heart aching with longing. "Why is my magic so small?" she would whisper to herself, her voice filled with sadness. "I'll never be special like them. I'll never be able to create beautiful things or paint the sky." She felt like a tiny, flickering candle in a world of brilliant bonfires. One sunny afternoon, feeling particularly down, Luna decided to wander away from the herd. She trotted along a winding path, her head hung low, until she reached the edge of the Whispering Woods. The trees there were ancient and tall, their leaves rustling with secrets. As she stood there, lost in her thoughts, she heard a soft, whimpering sound coming from just inside the forest. It sounded like someone was crying. Curiosity piqued, Luna cautiously stepped into the woods. She followed the sound, her hooves making soft thuds on the mossy ground. Tucked behind a large, moss-covered rock, she found a tiny baby panda, all huddled up and shivering. His big, round eyes were filled with tears that rolled down his fluffy cheeks. I can't find my way home," the baby panda sniffled, his voice trembling with fear. He had been chasing a beautiful butterfly and had wandered too far, and now everything looked strange and scary. Seeing his distress, Luna's heart filled with compassion. She forgot all about her own worries. "Don't worry," she said softly, nuzzling him gently with her nose. "I'll help you. My magic may be small, but maybe it's just enough to guide us." The baby panda looked up at her, a glimmer of hope in his teary eyes. Taking a deep breath, Luna focused hard. She thought about home, safety, and warmth. A tiny sparkle appeared at the tip of her horn. It wasn't a grand display, but it glowed with a steady, comforting light. She produced another, and then another, creating a faint, glittering trail on the forest floor. It wasn't a big, bright path like the other unicorns could make, but in the dim light of the woods, it was just enough to show them the way. As they journeyed deeper into the forest, the little panda, whose name was Bao, walked closely beside Luna, no longer feeling so scared. Her quiet confidence and the gentle light from her horn made him feel safe. Soon, they heard another tiny cry for help. Perched on a low branch was a little bluebird with a ruffled wing. He had fallen from his nest and couldn't fly back up. "I'm stuck," he chirped sadly. Without a second thought, Luna stopped. She used her horn to gently nudge a pile of soft leaves under the branch, creating a cushioned landing spot. Then, she let out a few soft sparkles to comfort the frightened bird. The warm, gentle light seemed to soothe him. With Luna's encouragement, the little bird hopped down onto the leaves. Bao, the panda, then carefully helped him find some juicy berries to eat. They made sure he was safe and sound before continuing their journey. They hadn't gone much further when they came across a small bunny, frantically trying to free herself from a tangle of thorny bushes. Her long ears drooped, and she was starting to panic. "I'm stuck," she squeaked. Luna approached calmly. "Stay still," she whispered. She used her horn not for a big spell, but as a careful tool. She nudged and pushed the thorny branches aside one by one, creating a small opening. Her tiny sparkles lit the way, showing the bunny exactly where to wiggle through to get free. The bunny hopped out, safe and sound, and gave Luna's leg a grateful nuzzle. Finally, after helping their new friends, Luna and Bao saw a tall, mist-covered mountain in the distance. "That's it," Bao shouted with joy. "That's where my family lives." As they climbed the last hill, they saw a group of pandas anxiously looking down into the forest. Bao's mother saw him and rushed forward, scooping him up in a big, warm hug. The little bluebird and the bunny had followed them, and they all started cheering for Luna. "She saved me," chirped the bird. "She rescued me," squeaked the bunny. Bao looked at Luna, his eyes shining with gratitude. "Your magic might look small," he said with a big smile, "but it's the biggest and brightest magic of all because it comes from kindness." The other animals all nodded in agreement. That evening, as the stars began to appear in the sky, Luna made her way back to the unicorn herd. She felt different, but not in a sad way anymore. Her heart felt full and warm. As she entered the meadow, the elder unicorn, the wisest of them all, turned to look at her. His ancient eyes noticed something new. Luna's horn wasn't just shiny silver anymore. It was glowing with a soft, radiant inner light, brighter than ever before. The elder unicorn smiled gently. "True magic, little one," he said, his voice like the rustling of old leaves, "does not come from size or power. It comes from the heart. It is found in friendship, in kindness, and in the simple act of helping others when they are in need." From that day on, Luna was no longer just a little unicorn with a small magic. She was Luna, the kind unicorn, the helper of the forest. She proved to everyone, and most importantly to herself, that even the smallest spark of kindness can light up the entire world. And her magic, fueled by her good heart, grew brighter and more beautiful every single day. Thank you so much for joining us for this story. If you enjoyed Luna's journey, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more wonderful tales. See you next time.